There's nothing like a mother's love.
Moving forward to speak about a prevalent and a delicate issue like babies' eyes, myopia. Please welcome our expert, Mr. Ramesh Pillai, Chief Optometrist, Titan Eye Plus.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome, sir. Thank you for being here.
Nice meeting
Hi,
you.
sir.
Nice seeing you.
Neha, very nice to meet you.
Please come. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. I am very excited to have this chat today because I think this is something that parents are constantly confused about. And it's because it deals with a very, very sensitive thing, bachon ki eyesight, right?
Absolutely.
And why it is so sensitive and difficult is because children are unable to communicate if they are facing a visual issue. Adults will immediately say, मुझे कुछ blurry दिख रहा है या मुझे कुछ shadow आ रहा है या मुझे कुछ there's something in my eye. Adults are able to communicate, right? And babies are not able to and kids are not able to. So how can parents understand that there is some problem with the vision or something in the eye? What is it that they can keep a lookout for? What are the signs and symptoms that they can understand that will help them diagnose?
The basic symptoms when a child doesn't have clear vision, the first thing that they would try to do is वो आंखों को थोड़ा squeeze करके देखते हैं, which we call it as squinting of the eyes. Because when you squeeze your eyes, you are creating a pinhole effect with which the vision improves.
Yeah, got it.
So that's a natural phenomenon. The kid has not been taught how to do it, but then they do it.
They do it, right.
Yeah, and the second thing is they would go close to the, object which they want to see, especially the TV screens or in the classroom, they go close to the classroom board and then watch. And then they could also try to rub their eyes more frequently, because the vision is not very clear. They may want to rub and figure out if it gets clear.
Correct.
And then frequent head tilts and all of that could be the symptoms that the parent needs to watch out for.
Correct. But obviously then eye checkups are super important. Some parents feel like that's an adult thing to do. Unless it's a very genetic problem in the family, obviously that should not be the case. Eye checkups should be frequent. When should they have their first eye test?
The first eye checkup typically should be done at the age of 3 months, because that's when they actually look at how the eye is developing as an organ.
Yeah.
And if there are any issues that are identified or diagnosed, then immediately treatment can be given.
Correct.
And post that, it is after a year, and then after 3 years, and then from 5 years onwards, it's a comprehensive eye test that we need to do, just to check if the child has any vision correction that is required. So largely, the vision correction would mean either it's a myopia, or it's a hypermetropia, or it's a astigmatism. These are the 3 conditions that a person would have pertaining to the power and the vision of the eye.
So can you explain what myopia is?
Myopia basically is called as short-sightedness.
Yeah.
तो यहाँ पर लोगों को पास वाले चीज़ें बहुत अच्छी दिखते हैं, but दूर वाला चीज़ थोड़ा देखने में दिक्कतें होती है. So, and when it is in children, they may not be able to see the classroom board sitting at the back bench. They may come to the front and then see. So teachers can be a good point of contact where they can actually identify these signs.
Yeah.
And they could actually tell the parents that, why don't you take your kid for an eye test?
Yeah.
So that is how it gets determined. So myopia basically is, where person is able to see things which are nearby and has difficulty seeing things which are far away.
So what is your advice on screen time? क्या उससे myopia effect होता है, नहीं होता? What are the problems when we are watching a screen like this versus this for children?
Sure. In fact, research shows that 50% of the world's population may be myopic by 2050, which is quite alarming. And we've already started seeing telltale signs of it being accelerated. And by 2040, it can happen. That's what the research is all about. And WHO has come out with certain guidelines as far as screen time is concerned, based on the age of the child. So they say below 2 years, it should be 0 screen time. And yes, obviously, they could do a video chat with the parents or the adults.
They can, no?
Yeah.
Thank God.
And 2 years to 5 years, it should be 1 hour per day. and 5 years and above could be 2 hours per day. But then, if they can have a, if they can maintain a limit to that, then it would be more advisable. And also, children below 2 years, they prescribe 1 hour of, going through an educational stuff on the screen is advisable with a caretaker or a care provider.
Yeah, so then just parental guidance.
Correct. Primarily due to children spending more time indoors in front of the screen and lesser time outdoors. They are supposed to be spending more time outdoors in the sun. That is even more important because when you're out in the sun, there is a lot of dopamine which gets generated, and that sort of helps in, reducing the myopia and all of that.
Right.
What else as far as external factors in your everyday life apart from like closed screen? So like you said, being out in the sun, give us more tips as to what we should do to make sure that, you know, all of this is helpful for our children and their eyesight.
One good habit which you mentioned was you allow your child to watch anything on a larger screen. So when you look at a larger screen, you are actually maintaining a distance.
Correct.
And things are at a bigger font size and the image is pretty big. So you are actually not, straining your eyes. Okay, the very reason why kids tend to develop myopia is because they are straining their eyes when the object is closer to the face.
Correct,
yeah?
correct.
There's something called as accommodation which takes place in the eye. The lens tends to, overwork, and due to which it causes increase in the axial length of the eyeball, which results in myopia. So hence, time spent more outdoors and in the sun is very, very important. So you can engage them with any outdoor activities, sports. Today kids are also, taking interest in football and cricket and, volleyball, basketball, cycling. All these activities could be a wonderful activity for the children to, relax their eyes and not get into a danger zone of having high myopia.
कभी-कभी उन पे पेरेंट्स पे एक बहुत अनफॉर्चुनेट स्टिग्मा हो सकता है कि अपने बच्चों का एम्बैरेसमेंट बचाने के लिए या अगर स्कूल में बुलिंग हो जाए इसके कारण किसी भी रीजन से उनको प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए वो उनको चश्मा पहनने नहीं देते.
In fact, today kids feel wearing chashma is being cool, yeah. And if any of their peers, they start seeing them wear chashma, they also want to get one, even if they don't have a problem. So I think we are out of that. Chashma is no longer considered as a taboo, and they would love wearing one. So hence, a lot of companies are getting those fancy frames for children, colorful frames and all of that. And as far as the question which you asked, if you don't detect it at an early age, and if you don't correct it, the chances of the eye becoming lazy is quite high. We call it as a lazy eye. Technically, we call it as amblyopia. Like your myopia, hypermetropia and all of that. This condition is called as amblyopia. And if it is not detected before the age of 7 years, then it cannot be treated. So hence early detection, early treatment can help restore the vision for the child.
Got it. So is there a specific lens or something that parents are prescribed for myopia?
Yeah, today, fortunately, the children have, great solutions. So there's Titan MyoSlo Lenses, which can actually help slow down the progression. It not only manages myopia, but it also slows down the progression of myopia. Because myopia जो ऐसा condition है, वो जो progress होते रहती हैं, जैसे बच्चे बड़े होते जाते हैं, so the eyeball size also gets increasing, and that leads to increase in the power of the eye. So with these lenses, we can manage as well as we can slow down the progression of the power.
Great. Wow, I wish I knew this sooner. Thank you so much. This has been of great help. I think I have a new perspective. This segment was brought to you by Titan Eye Plus.